Hi everyone, Anthony Fantano here, internet's busiest music nerd, and it's time for a question, comment, thing, something I wanted to kind of discuss with you guys. Something that we deal with every day, basically, on this channel, and that is genre. What is the style that a piece of music sits within? What is the category? What are the defining characteristics? How can we label this particular album or song, piece? I happen to be of the opinion that this sort of thing is very helpful in a way. However, I do understand that genres and that labels can be somewhat of a double-edged sword. And more often than not, I feel like the more negative side of genres are acknowledged and dragged out into the open more than the positive sides are. I feel like the positive sides don't really ever get discussed or defended because the positive sides are just so inherent, they're just so effective that they don't really need to be discussed, you know? Whereas for the negative sides, they definitely need to be talked about because people should try to lessen the damage that genres could potentially do. For sure, there are plenty of artists out there who don't necessarily get the listeners or the audience that they might deserve because of their hard work, because they are in a particular genre of music. This could be as basic as people deciding that they do not like rock music or they do not like hip-hop music, that they listen to everything except country and dubstep. However, when they talk about those kinds of things, maybe they don't really know that there are country artists out there that could really appeal to them, that there are dubstep artists that don't sound like Skrillex, that there are rock artists that don't necessarily have the kinds of qualities that typically annoy them in rock music, and that there are rappers out there who don't rap about bitches and hoes and money. So for sure, people do use genre labels occasionally to push away tons of artists that they may enjoy. And what's even worse is these days in the internet age where hype is a really big factor when it comes to trying to get underground records seen and listened to, you have artists like, let's say, Neon Indian or even How to Dress Well who get stuffed into these new hot micro genres like alternative R&B as well as chill wave, and then their hype dies down because people are less interested in their little micro genre that they themselves didn't even really try to invent. It was something that was tagged onto them by either passionate listeners who were talking about it online, creating tags on Last.fm or Rate Your Music or something like that, or by bloggers, reviewers, music journalists. These are only a few of the potentially negative impacts that genre can have. Also, I imagine in a way it can kind of limit the creativity that we may see as an audience, because artists or people who are trying to be artists may see a kind of limited potential in the amount of genres that they can toy within. However, as I said earlier, there are very positive things about genres. The reason we have genres, really, because people, as soon as they hear a piece of music that they love, they want to hear more music, just like it. The song that you heard was so amazing just happened to be a Led Zeppelin song, which caused you to dive more into Led Zeppelin, which in turn made you want to get into classic rock or just hard rock, blues rock. You go from there to Cream, Blue Cheer. And because you have these labels and categorizations that have been used for decades and decades and decades, you have hundreds upon hundreds of bands in this one style of music that you are free to kind of binge on to your heart's desire. And obviously people feel that that's a great thing, or else genres wouldn't be so widely used and popular and acknowledged. It's difficult to say whether or not the bad outweighs the good, and that's why I guess I'm coming to you guys and asking you this question. I mean, while there are artists out there who are being discovered because they fit very snugly into a very particular genre, there are other artists out there who are being completely ignored or avoided because they fit into a genre as well. On top of it, there are artists who don't really fit snugly into much of any genre, and numerous records out there maybe have 6 or 7 or 8 genres, maybe even a different genre being approached with every single track. Hell, maybe even one single song that has 6 very clear different genre influences flowing throughout it. So genres and labels do have their limits. I feel like if we're going to continue using genres and using labels, it's important to acknowledge that. Not everything can be labeled easily and adequately, efficiently, accurately. On the front page of the YouTube channel, youtube.com/theneedledrop, YouTube just brought a new channel design to the table, and I started making use of the shelves feature where I can separate out now my reviews by genre. I have rock reviews, hip hop, electronic music, loud rock, which I kind of throw a lot of extreme metal in there, metal just in general, punk music, as well as others, avants, oddballs, things like that. And still, you know, I sit there and I have particular reviews that I have just done, and I wonder where to put certain artists, even though these genres that I have put together are very, very umbrella, like the CX Kidtronic review that I just did. While CX Kidtronic does have elements of hip-hop in his music, maybe hip-hop is the most prevalent influence in there, I could see songs from that record that he just put out going in the rock category, going in the loud rock category, going in the electronic category, and even going in the others experimental and avants section, because he is definitely weird enough to warrant such a title. Genre is a concept. A genre is an idea, and ideas can be used positively and used negatively. A genre is used negatively when someone uses it to avoid trying something new to them. A genre is used negatively when it's used to insult a particular artist. So yeah, let me know what you think about all this genre business. Anthony Fantano, genres forever.